Denver 8 TV, your city, your source.
Welcome to the 2014 edition of the 5281 Awards. My name is Christopher Lujan, and I serve as a Deputy Director for the Office of Human Resources. And it's my honor to welcome all of you to this award ceremony. This award ceremony is an opportunity for the city, for all of us in this room, to say thank you to our award winners and winning teams. Today we will honor 10 individuals and 5 winning teams for their outstanding public service in 2013. Now, for the 5281 Award to be bestowed on a winner, it shows excellence in 5 different values. Values such as service, teamwork, accountability, respect, and safety. Each one of these award winners did their part in helping Denver become a world-class city where everyone matters, because they helped us achieve one of the following 5 goals: to sustain economic opportunity, to provide opportunity to Denver's children, to build a productive relationship between our safety agencies and our citizens, as well as to strengthen our safety net for all of our vulnerable citizens, to increase government performance, to provide the highest possible service for the lowest possible cost, and finally, to re-energize our commitment to the economy, to the environment, and to our social sustainability, so that Denver can become the best place in America to live. That is what our 52 award winners show us, and that is why we are here. Now, before I introduce our Master of Ceremonies, there's some acknowledgments that I want to make. First, to our partners at the Denver Center for Performing Arts for allowing us to use this beautiful room. Thank you. Next, to Councilwoman Peggy Lehman, who is here and who will give us remarks from Denver City Council. Thank you and welcome. To Mayor Michael Hancock and members of his distinguished administration who are here, welcome. To all of those who nominated our colleagues and our co-workers for this award, because of you, we have 10 outstanding individual award winners and 5 outstanding winning teams. Thank you. And then finally, I want to welcome the award winners themselves. Because of you and your outstanding service in 2013, we have something to celebrate. It's our 5281 Awards. Congratulations to all of our award winners. And then finally, I want to thank our Master of Ceremonies. Our Master of Ceremonies is on air on KDVR Fox 31 News. Please join me in extending a warm City and County of Denver welcome for our Master of Ceremonies, Jeremy Hubbard.
All right, let me just get rid of the elephant in the room. I know that I'm taller, skinnier, and better looking on TV, but we have good cameras where I work, so. And also, if my TV station's ever done a bad story about you or your department, I apologize sincerely. I had nothing to do with it. If we've done a good story about you, then I take full credit, and you're welcome. And one other housekeeping thing, if I'm a little hoarse today, I went to see Hall & Oates last night, and when Private Eyes came on, I screamed like a 16-year-old girl. Not that any 16-year-old girl knows who Hall & Oates are, but anyway, it's an honor to be here, it really is. I think we live in a great American city, and I think you all are a big part of the reason it's so great, and so it really is a privilege to be here with you today. And we'll get into all of that in just a moment, but first, I think we should start this out right. So I ask that you please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Denver Sheriff's Department, the Pledge of the Allegiance by Elias Diggins, and the National Anthem by the Office of Human Resources Deputy Director Natalie Landau.
Good afternoon. Will you please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, cares that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Right, face. Forward, march.
All right, one more time. Let's hear it for all of them. Great job. You may be seated. And feel free to eat while I'm talking. I will not consider it impolite. Let me just say, like Ron Burgundy, I'm reliant on a teleprompter, so without one, I'm going to look at my notes here. Forgive me for that. But it truly is an honor to be here today to help recognize and celebrate the many city stars who made great contributions in 2013 and took that extra step to deliver a world-class city like we talked about. Today's honorees exemplify the city stars' values: service to customers, teamwork, accountability, respect for self and others, and safety. In addition, they help the city reach one or more of the city's 5 goals: to spur economic opportunities, to increase opportunities for Denver's kids, to foster a strong relationship between our residents and Denver's safety departments and strengthen the safety net to protect our most vulnerable residents, to transform city government and provide the highest quality services at the lowest possible cost, and to re-energize the city's commitment to environmental, economic, and social sustainability to make Denver the most livable city in America. There are so many things that make Denver special, from our world-class airport, our amazingly beautiful parks, arts, and venues, to our safe communities. And together, these honorees today are helping to build a city that sets the tone for others to follow. They are truly leading today and into the future. We can't wait to recognize them today. Before we do, though, I want to introduce James Coleman. James Coleman's ACE Scholarships Director of Community Engagement. Prior to his role, James served as Director of Programs for ACE Scholarships, where he managed over $2 million in scholarship program funding for children grades K through 12 to attend private schools in the state of Colorado. James was an ACE Scholarship recipient himself for 6 years in middle and high school, and OHR intern, and currently serves as Vice Chairman of the ACE Alumni Board. He has become one of Denver's young leaders to follow, and it's my pleasure to welcome James Coleman.
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Good. Well, thank you for this opportunity to speak with you today. Before I do, I'd like to say a few words and take this opportunity to thank a couple of people. without whom I would not be standing here today, and I would not be the man that I am today. First, thank you to Nita Henry, HR Director and City County of Denver, who invited me to speak here today. Brooke Brooks, also on her team. Mayor Michael Hancock, who's been a huge influence on my life. City Councilman Aldridge Brooks, who also serves on my ACE alumni or community council. And would be remiss if I didn't also honor my father. So James Coleman, thank you as well for being here. You might get us mixed up, but he looks better. I'd like to give a special thank you to Linda Wasserman, senior recruiter with the City and County of Denver. I worked for Linda during my internship many years ago, and that internship gave me incredible confidence and experience during my college years. It was the first time I had to put on a suit every day and a tie every day. It was my first experience in an office, working alongside other professionals, and it became the first meaningful entry on my resume and gave others confidence in me. So thank you, Linda, for all your guidance and support. That internship also led to other opportunities. I landed an internship through a great organization called Inroads at Quest. I gained experience in IT, project management, and product development. Since that internship, I have gone on to graduate from college, get married, and start a family, and began my career here in Denver. That's the power of giving young people an opportunity to experience what life is like in the professional world. Literally overnight, I went from wondering if I belong to knowing that I do. Today, I've dedicated my professional career to giving more children a similar opportunity. Before my internship with the city, before Quest, many years before college, I was a young boy struggling in K-12 school. My mom and I moved around a lot, and I was always going to new schools. I was more interested in having fun and being popular than learning. Thankfully, my mom knew that wasn't going to cut it. She transferred me to a small, structured private school called Excel Institute in Park Hill. I was one of the first recipients of the scholarship 15 years ago, and it afforded me the opportunity to attend Excel under the watchful eye of Principal Vivian Wilson. Excel got me on the right track. It was there I learned not only academics, but how to carry myself, be respectful to others, and how to present myself in a professional and dignified way. Without that early structure at Excel, I doubt I've been suitable for the City and County of Denver internship or the Inroads internship. I doubt I would have been academically prepared for college. And I know I wouldn't be working where I am today, at the very same institution that gave me a chance. Today I serve as the Director of Community Engagement at ACE Scholarships, and I work with community leaders, such as yourselves, to educate them on the importance of school choice and the work we are doing to create the next generation of leaders. And that's the common thread between our collective work. We are all working to educate the leaders of tomorrow that will make our city a better place to live. Thank you.
All right, it's my honor now to welcome to the stage City Councilwoman Peggy Lehman.
Thank you very much. I'm really honored to be here. This is the second time at these kind of events that I have been able to address the people who I'm really so proud of. You guys just represent this whole group of city employees who make Denver what it is. And so it's really an honor to be here and being asked to talk to you. And I just want to tell you all that leadership is everything. And if you look around at what you do, when you have good leaders, or if you're a good leader, it is terrific. So thank you all for all that you do. My task up here today is to introduce Michael. So I will introduce Michael Hancock. Michael and his twin sister are the youngest of a family of 10. Though not Denver native, he certainly has deep Denver roots. Michael is a graduate of Manual High School, class of 1987. He was head boy his senior year. See? Leadership. He was also a wide receiver and a safety for Manual Thunderbolts. In 1987, he went to the Super Bowl with the Broncos, not as a player, but as a team mascot. He earned his bachelor's degree in political science from Hastings College and a master's degree in public administration from the University of Colorado in Denver. Michael is a multitasker. He started his career path in the 1990s holding down 2 jobs, one at the Denver Housing Authority and the second at National Civic League. All the while, he was working on his master's degree. In 1995, he joined the Denver Urban League. As program director, serving in several positions, he helped to create a thriving organization. He became president of the Urban League in 1999. But government service called him. And in 2003, he was elected with this huge class of 10 new council people to represent Northeast Denver as part of the Denver City Council. Michael and I, along with 8 other newly elected council members, became the class of 2003. We have worked together for the past 9.5 years. Working with him has been a valuable learning experience. Michael listens, and he's willing to have meaningful discussions. He is thoughtful, creative, and compassionate. I am proud to introduce the mayor of the city and county of Denver, and so this morning we were at City Summit together, which was this wonderful conference that's taking place at the Hyatt that brings regional entities together to talk about cities. And Michael was introduced, and they asked him to tell what his success was as a mayor and what was his letdown. And on that note, I would like to welcome Michael Hancock to the podium.
Well, thank you all, and thank you to my good friend and my colleague, Peggy Lehman. And I want to acknowledge Peggy and all of the members of City Council. I just walked in, so I don't know all of them who are here today, but would you all please give City Council a round of applause for their leadership. She went deep in the bowels of history as she pulled out high school football positions that I played. I hadn't remembered what I played for many, many years, but Peggy, you are an absolute sweetheart and one of my favorite people that I've had the honor to serve with. Let me, first of all, thank all of you for being here. This is always a special moment in the life of our city where we get to honor the city employees. And what a great opportunity to honor one of the former interns of the city and county of Denver, and Mr. Coleman. Well, I've watched him kind of grow up, not only as an intern, but now in his career with ACE. And so thank you very much, James, for being here to speak. And it's a great deal of pride in which we watch you continue to mature and become the man that you are in our community. Thanks for giving back. Let me acknowledge the people who have played a significant role in putting this event on. This is no small feat. And so every year when we come together, these are folks who start early on in the year or late last year putting this event on. And I just want to say their names because, I think it's special that our co-workers find it important for us to pause and to celebrate the stars of our city. And so I want you to acknowledge them with me. And I'll say their names. Don't applaud until I say they're all done. We'll get through it. Andrea Burns, Austin Dillard, Jennifer Fairweather, Arthur Gillickson, Brother Jeff, Cindy Karvaski. Brother Jeff's not a city employee. What are you doing on here? That just hit me. Bam. So we got some community folks on this election committee, apparently. Patty Klein, Mike Major, Scotty Martin, Daleen Mix, and Deborah Troop. That's the selection committee for 5281. Our volunteers include Olive Aragon, Ann Carter, Brooke Brooks, Annette Housley, Latanya Lacey, Marianne Lujan, Albertine Sellers, and Francis Trujillo. Would you give them all a round of applause, including Brother Jeff? Thank you all so very much. And to all of the sponsors as well, one of our portion of Mary Louise, my wife, and I, we donate to the city of Denver. And part of our contribution goes to the 5281 awards. And so we're proud to be a part of helping making this event possible and special for city employees. Listen, every month I get the opportunity to pin these city pins, no, not these pins, but yearly pins on city employees. And they were 5, 10, 20, 25 years, 30 years. This past month, we honored in one ceremony, I believe it was 1,197 years of service to the city and county of Denver. 108 employees were honored, and we did it in less than 30 minutes. It's a special time, and it's a ceremony that we will have. If I'm out of town or something, we're going to move it because I refuse to miss it. One of the things that we recognize is that every day, someone is commenting about how great this city is. Every day, someone is thanking the city for filling a pothole or not filling a pothole, saying something else. Every day, city residents take for granted that their trash will be picked up this week, or that when they call excise and licensing, that someone's going to execute paperwork for their license. When they check in or receive their accessory notes, that somebody's paying attention to properly make sure that their tax bill is correct. In the darkest hour, when that single mother or single father needs to feed their child, someone's going to be on the other side of that counter ready to get them SNAP benefits or child care assistance so they can go to work. I can almost guarantee you, although not 100%, but probably 99.9% of that, I can almost guarantee you the mayor has never been on the other side of that counter to receive those customers, to make sure that the pothole is filled, to make sure that when someone calls the police or fire department that we respond. The greatness of this city rests on the shoulders of each and every one of you in this room and the other 10,000 plus employees that show up every day with a great deal of pride and expectation that public service is the right decision they've made. I'm here today because, one, I wouldn't miss it, and two, I recognize the invaluable role that city employees play every day in this city. And I get to wear the title of mayor, get to cut ribbons and do the press conferences and get a lot of attaboys. It's never lost on me who are the real heroes and heroines of this city. And so with that, today we honor those of you who have been identified as our stars. Every day you remind us of the mission that we play in city government. And through your example you set and the role you play, you motivate those around you to give the best we have every day. And this is not only evident by those who are receiving awards today, but the many folks who are not here today and who will not step on the stage. And so I am pleased to know that our staff does not shy away from the challenges and that we are able to seize the opportunity to seek new and better ways of doing things. New and better ways to serve our customers and newer, better ways to continue to raise this city as one of the great cities in the world. So with that, we thank you for your commitment. We're here to celebrate your great work, and I think it's time that we give out some awards. Jeremy?
All right, the mayor's going to stay up here with me, and he's going to hand out the awards and take pictures after I read the descriptions of our winners today. So let's get this started, the moment we've all been waiting for. First, the individual award winners, and we're going to start with Heidi Archuleta from Denver International Airport. We start there. At DIA, integrating two separate business units, contract administration and contract procurement, into one unit was going to be a challenge. Getting the staff to buy into learning one system would take a true leader. Enter Heidi Archuleta. She identified an immediate area of development in the training of the two teams. Since there were no documented user guidelines for the various systems and having to learn the system itself, Heidi developed more robust how-to notes that employees from both units could understand. And because Heidi's notes worked so well, they served as the basis of the contract management unit's official user manual for 4 systems. Additionally, Heidi's been able to exceed expectations of contract administration by taking only 3.80 days to audit and process invoices versus the norm of 7 days. And in contract procurement, she has procured 56 contracts in just 194 days. As one of her team members said, Heidi is one lean, mean, contract management, customer-centric machine. So let's hear it for Heidi Archuleta. Our next winner is Dr. Nita Mosby Henry, Office of Human Resources. In 2012, Dr. Nita Mosby Henry spearheaded a critical agency redesign which focused on changing the look, touch, and feel of how human resources was delivered throughout Denver city government. These changes included a name change from CSA to Office of Human Resources, or OHR, to reflect the close strategic relationship with the agencies it served, and delivering a dedicated, complete HR service delivery team for 13 city agencies. She paved the way for City and County of Denver to become a true learning organization through the development of Denver City Employee University, or City U, the first ever modernized training and development program for all city employees, and in just 2 months has reached over 900 employees, of which 171 have completed courses. She's also inspired a reformed citywide wellness program that's on the path to becoming a national model. Her commitment to the community is found in 2 programs: the Inclusivity Project, which leads the city to be more inclusive of the community it serves, and the Denver Paths, or Personal Advancement to Higher Success, which enables OHR to help program participants with the valuable stepping stones that lead to employment, professional success, and economic empowerment. Additionally, under her leadership, OHR returned over $400,000 to the city's general fund, processed over 88,000 employment applications, and in 2013 hired its first military veteran from the Boots to Suits program that's a partnership with the University of Colorado, Denver. Let's hear it for Dr. Nita Mosby Henry. Next up, Sherry Ivey from Public Works. Sherry takes her job to the streets literally. When Sherry, a right-of-way construction inspector, took on the High Point Development Project in southeast Denver, she became an integral part of the entire project. Due to the complexity of the project and its close proximity to the residential neighborhood, many challenges arose, from parking for residents and site workers, detours, to other right-of-way issues. Sherry not only managed multiple contractors, but she assumed the role of representative for the city, District 4, and even the residents in the development area. Sherry spent many hours at the site working with contractors to correct the problems, but also worked on communication with the residents and was available to them at any time. She was in constant communication with the District 4 Council Office to inform them about the project schedules and the daily concerns of the neighborhood there. Her involvement and efforts helped smooth out a very contentious situation, and as a result, Sherry has provided the highest level of service and helped the project move forward in a timely manner and created better communication between the council office, the city, the contractors, and the residents. Let's hear it for Sherry. Next up is David Pickard from the Office of Human Resources. David's combined respect for self and others and ability to know almost everything about anything city-related puts him at the top of customer service delivery. David's knowledge of the city, its agencies, staff, and history is nothing short of amazing. His team calls him a one-man Wikipedia. Employees from city agencies have relied on David to provide expertise in the area of training and development and other software knowledge. In August 2013, David assumed the role of program manager for the newly created Denver City Employee University, or City U. It became his responsibility to advise, coordinate, and create new policies and procedures for the delivery and tracking of all employee training, all while integrating a new training service provider with existing city systems. Through his leadership, the entire Office of Human Resources training team has learned to navigate the intricacies of multiple systems. He continues to travel throughout the numerous city agencies to ensure that they are introduced to and comfortable with the utilization of the City U programs and processes. And with David's help, the City and County of Denver is creating greater professional growth opportunities for all city employees. Let's hear it for David. Next up is Alex Polzine from Denver International Airport. All right, he said close enough. I'm going with that. Alex is a problem solver, no matter what it takes. In June of 2013, when he supervised the DIA Tower Road snow handling facility upgrade project, he made some critical time and money-saving decisions to get the project completed on schedule, and under budget. Due to budget restrictions, everything had to be done in-house, from design to equipment specs, purchases, construction, and installation. Also, Alex and his team were fighting a hectic completion schedule through the rainiest season Denver had seen in years. We all remember that. All of this meant that Alex had to use his employees to peak advantage to deliver the highest quality of service at the lowest possible cost in order to get the project done before the snow season. Throughout the project, Alex was faced with several challenges, like an inoperative plumbing design issue, which his team was able to diagnose, fix, and have working in just one day. Another challenge was receiving a transmitter from the top of a pole. Now, this is the interesting part of Alex's get-it-done work ethic. During the project, the team was given a free transmitter to be used for the airport's de-icing control system. The problem was that the transmitter needed to be retrieved, I should say, from a tall pole via a bucket truck. Due to the extremely rainy weather, the truck couldn't be used, which kept delaying the process. As time became critical, Alex made a command decision. Not wanting to endanger anyone else, he safely climbed the pole himself and retrieved the transmitter. The team built a tower for the transmitter and had it up and running for the de-icing control system just in time for the snow season. The project manager estimates that Alex and his team's efforts throughout the project saved DIA more than $250,000. Let's hear it for Alex. Next up is Curtis Subia from General Services. Curtis was nominated for his proven cost savings and possible revenue-generating processes for the city and county of Denver. He was responsible for identifying the requirement for a new offender monitoring system for the city's safety department. Curtis developed a new request for proposal, RFP procurement process that was not only for Denver's vendors, but an opportunity for national vendors to win a contract with the city. Because of Curtis's vision to expand the RFP process, the city was able to obtain 2 systems that resulted in an estimated cost savings of $60,000 in hard costs and further soft cost savings associated with man hours. Curtis's actions in the RFP process is being felt nationwide and have provided Denver an opportunity to generate additional revenue. In January of this year, Curtis presented the bid's results to the U.S. Communities Board of Directors and purchasing representatives from other U.S. cities and counties. The pricing that was received from Curtis's process was very favorable, and if these other municipalities use Curtis's process, 1% of the fees vendors receive will be submitted to Denver as the lead agency in the process, and the estimated funds remitted to city's general fund could be as high as $100,000. Let's hear it for Curtis. Next up is Ruthie Sullivan from Excise and License. Since the inception of voters approving medical marijuana to be sold in the city of Denver, Ruthie had been the sole source of contact, expertise, willingness, and licensing for the entire city of Denver. She kept Excise and License and the city afloat during this process by being a consummate professional and exemplifying the STAR's values through top customer services, planning, and communication to everyone involved. Ruthie volunteered when no one else wanted to touch the new licensing process that would be needed to be created from scratch with no template to follow. She committed her days and nights to the project and stayed past midnight to ensure licenses were issued and customers were fingerprinted. Because of Ruthie's efforts, both the marijuana industry and the city have seen a positive financial impact with this new niche market. Additionally, retail marijuana is up and running and successful in Denver, and if it were not for Ruthie's dedication to developing a licensing process for the medical marijuana industry, there would not be as many eligible retail marijuana stores, which are also, as we know, contributing to the city's financial impact. So let's hear it for Ruthie and her hard work. We thank you, and a lot of Coloradans thank you, too. And tourists. Next up is Dave Thompson from Denver International Airport. Now, Dave has always built excellent relationships with our internal and external customers. His conflict resolution, communication, and customer service skills put him at the forefront of resolving one issue with an airline's concern over water quality for potable water cabinets for the airplanes. Or potable. Sorry. Dave immediately put the airline's concerns at ease by providing the water quality report and changing sun-damaged water hoses, which were discolored. Dave was also instrumental in the design of the Tower Road Chemical Tank Project. The initial was bid for $413,000, and he was able to eliminate unnecessary cost and items to bring the estimate cost down to $233,000. That saved DIA approximately 42% on the project. Not only are Dave's customer service skills top-notch, but his ability to provide cost-saving ideas on projects demonstrates his commitment to DIA and to his department. Congratulations, Dave. Next up is Amber Vansil from Public Works. Amber was actively engaged in reviewing processes and procedures related to wastewater management's lien notification mailings as part of her Peak Academy project. She found that wastewater was spending up to $50,000 annually mailing notification letters via certified mail versus first-class mail. Amber coordinated with the city attorney's office and wastewater financial management and determined that there were no legal requirements or financial constraints that would require wastewater to continue using certified mailings. After submitting a suggestion to her supervisor to approve changing the mailing process for lien notifications, the process was approved, and the city saw a hard cost savings of $46,000 in annual postage expenses and soft savings related to staff time and resources directed to more critical functions. She's received accolades from Public Works and Governing Magazine for her work. Let's hear it for Amber. Next up is Derek Woodbury from the Office of Economic Development. Derek, sorry. Jumped the gun, sorry. Derek successfully communicated and designed several of the Office of Economic Development's programs and plans. His methods were instrumental in effectively reaching the internal city decision makers, the public and businesses of OED's programs, services, efforts, and outcomes. Derek worked closely with the city and OED leadership, program staff, and non-city partners to develop materials that helped communicate clear, measurable outcomes, reports, and metrics. And because of Derek's efforts, the results were increased citywide awareness of OED programs like Jumpstart 2013, OED's annual work plan, OED's 3-year strategy summary, Mayor Hancock's Smart Jobs brochures, and supporting presentations. Derek's ability to increase awareness around OED's programs, media briefings, and social media highlights created an improved clarity and increased support coordination with other city agencies and community partners, and is being modeled with other programs and partners. Let's hear it for Derek. And once again, let's hear it for all of our individual winners this year. And now we are going to move into this year's winning 5281 teams. And we're going to start the team winners section with Denver Human Services Lien Team. In 2013, Denver Human Services identified 2 main issues. 1, customers were not getting public assistance benefits in a timely manner, and 2, children were spending too much time in the child protection before finding permanent placements. DHS needed to find a way to address these issues without increasing staff costs. DHS formed a lien team comprised of 4 individuals who were responsible for leading the charge to a massive improvement in our system. Over several months, the lien team conducted an outstanding 19 rapid improvement events that helped remove waste from processes, engaged staff in business improvements, and educated staff on implementing the outcomes of the RIE. Through the lien team's work, DHS reached its goals of creating a process that led to people receiving public assistance benefits in a much more timely manner and kids spending less time in child protective services. The lien team's leadership has inspired a vision that is taking human services to the next level of service delivery for the community they serve. Let's hear it for Denver Human Services Lien Team. Next up is the Tower Road Snow Facility Upgrade Handling Project Team, Denver International Airport. Let's hope this thing doesn't collapse. Now, in the spring of 2013, DIA's Airport Infrastructure Management Division was given the challenging task of completing the Tower Road Snow Handling Facility Upgrade Project. The airport was being held to budget limitations and a tight schedule. The division had to do this project in-house, start to finish, from design to install. The team faced many issues, from a pumping system that needed to be upgraded to installing a new fluid monitoring system and so much more. In other words, the whole site needed to be demolished and rebuilt, all before the snow season started. The team worked out a plan and devised a strategic plan that would help them reach their goal. The project had 3 objectives: meet the operational need of the users, minimize material usage, and capture product spills during the truck loading operation, all while providing environmental controls to help manage any tank or pipe leaks. Now, throughout the project, the team used their resources and expertise to do the project in-house, and by doing all of the engineering and project management themselves, they saved a total of $1.1 million.
I've got one question. Who the hell's running DIA?
All right, let's hear it again for the Tower Road Snow Facility Upgrade Handling Project team at DIA. I feel guilty being in that picture. I didn't do anything. Good work. All right, next up is the Fees and Finance Committee, Finance and Management Office. The self-proclaimed number nerds. The Fees and Fines Committee was a citywide committee that came together to recommend the mayor waive credit card convenience fees from online payments from the public to the city and county of Denver. Now, removing this fee would incent customers to pay online, which is the cheapest and most efficient way for the city to do business. The committee reviewed a cost analysis of all tender acceptance types and also surveyed other jurisdictions in Colorado and all across the country, and they found that the city and citizens will save an estimated $2 million every year. By eliminating the fee, the city's now on par with private businesses that don't pass along credit card fees to customers. Denver's well ahead of other governmental entities in this regard and is continuing to provide world-class customer service. Let's hear it for the Fees and Fines Committee. And next up is My Denver Recreation Team from Parks and Rec. The My Denver Recreation Team was tasked with creating a brand new quality recreation program to serve more than 60,000 Denver kids within a 6-month time frame as a result of the successful 2A initiative. They had to determine a method to track and provide identification cards to every school-age child in Denver that could also work as their library card. They had to develop a program that provided healthy, creative, structured programming at 24 recreation centers across the city. The team worked collaboratively with libraries, the Mayor's Office of Children's Affairs, and with other city experts. Recognizing that overcoming childhood obesity is a driving factor in program development, they consulted with children's hospital experts to assist in program development and tracking. Because of the My Denver Recreation Team, more than 38,000 Denver kids have signed up for the My Denver card, and to date, 60% of eligible children in Denver have accessed recreation centers. Additionally, the United States Conference of Mayors awarded the Livable City Award to the City and County of Denver on behalf of the My Denver program. So let's hear it for them. All right, and the last award goes to Parking and Operations and Planning from Public Works. Now, car share companies had showed interest in entering the Denver market for a while. However, policy and rules and regulations didn't exist to support the permitting of the vehicles. Robert Farron and Cynthia Patton eagerly chose to tackle this project and implement policy to allow a vibrant car share system in Denver to complement the current transportation infrastructure. This effort would spur economic opportunity and would re-energize the city's commitment to environmental, economic, and social sustainability to make Denver the most livable city in America. In 2009, Denver entered into a car share pilot program, and 3 years later, Robert and Cindy started to formalize the policy and attract local and national car share companies. As a part of the process and to help guide policy, city, they worked with other cities to research car share programs. Implementation included a public hearing to adopt the policy, rules, and regulations. The adoption of the new policy and rules and regulations resulted in several private car share companies entering the Denver market in 2013 with over 400 vehicles. The programs resulted in permit revenue to the city of $276,000 and $77,000 in estimated sales ownership tax revenue. Car share companies that have recently expanded service to Denver include Ego, Car2Go, Zipcar, Hertz 24/7, Occasional Car, and Enterprise Car Share. The program continues to grow and yield success in our city thanks to the Parking and Operations and Planning Department. So ladies and gentlemen, your 5281 award winners, let's please give another round of applause to all of our winners today.